I'm not one to rant and jump on a bandwagon for a game being botched or bugs on the first day or stuff that's not looking right. I'm not that person to be this. But Rockstar, how did you fuck up GTA, Grand Theft Auto, Remastered, whatever the hell you really want to bloody say about it? How did you fuck that up? Stars were aligned. Seriously, they were aligned. Did you take a page out of Konami and Capcom with remasters or pushing out the same game and go, hey, we're going to just jump on that? I know it was a small team that upscaled the game, blah, blah, blah. I know the development history and all that. But seriously, this is the one time I'm going to tell my friends, family, and people who like this, just play the originals. Go get yourself an old console and play the originals. Because the remasters, facelift or not, are not good. It's not worth spending the money on right now. It really isn't. I'm not one I like encouraging people to buy games. Hell, I've ranted about like Far Cry 6, how even though the story wasn't as good, the gameplay was decent. It was a very cool idea, blah, blah, blah. I like ranting about online games. Like, I don't like it as much anymore, but Final Fantasy 14 is a great Final Fantasy game for you to go enjoy. Destiny, blah, blah. I'll talk about games that I like to, even if I don't like them, like, look at my library of games behind me. There is 40% that I really do not like. Like, I really hate the Call of Duty series now. I really do. I don't like the Call of Duty series whatsoever anymore. Still will recommend anyone who wants to play them for story. Grand Theft Auto is the same for me. It's story based, it's nostalgia, it's good. However, the facelift that they did is undercooked on so many different areas for it. Yes, there's great additions like the weapon wheel from 5, but they've taken the mini-map elements and stuck it into like a small circle and it clutters the crap out of it. The idea of this being bug-free or the best version you'll ever get, don't like wait for a month or two, wait even till it's in like the deals in Tesco's or something like that to pick it up, because this is not worth paying full price, especially me who pay full price twice. Once for my PC, once for my PS4. Why did I pay twice? Because I really want to play on my PC. It's up to date, I can play Crysis at like max settings. It played Far Cry 6 at max settings. I could actually play a really up-to-date AAA game at max settings. I could play the Grand Theft Auto 5 at max settings. And that shows you the difference in like this brand new game and the ones that have been out beforehand. That shows you, like, for me, that this is how I get most of my good games. It crashed so many times. I fell through the world so many times. Glitches galore, where I found cars going at a 90-degree angle, floating along the floor. I've seen people T-posing along the street. Things I kill float up to the sky. That was a new one. And any of the footage I had captured within my hour, and that's me stressing that about an hour of gameplay, I lost. And I can capture gameplay while playing at max settings. That is dedicated enough to do everything I wanted to. I can stream, capture, and play a game. And it crashed it after playing GTA for an hour. That's not right. That's me just talking about the glitches, other than like character models being undercooked, like I said, environments and textures not popping right. Some things have been really weirdly done, like there are certain shortcuts in GTA 3 which you could have, which were like bushes you could drive through and all, are now hard. When I say hard, I don't mean like, I mean like you can't physically drive through them. They've become solid permanent objects now. Popping in GTA San Andreas, when I talk about that, I was like out in the back and beyond, and bush like render distancing is a nightmare. Weather effects, like in the daytime, beautiful. Nighttime, decent. Neon lights, glowing perfectly. Reflections, great. Rain, fix that. I couldn't drive more than like 2 minutes without actually putting the controller down, walking away, coming back, seeing as the weather changed, and then walking away if I hadn't. Because it was making me feel very nauseous. I couldn't see 2 feet from me. It's like I had a migraine. That's how bad it was. Or it's like Scottish snow for anyone who lives in Scotland. It's like when we get a blizzard. It's that level. So much so that with all these problems that I thought, okay, it's the PC build, I'll get a refund instantaneously, blah blah blah. Perfect. Go from PS4. Same problems happened. Same glitches, same problem. And my PS4 actually crashed more than once. That's impressive. That has gone through hell and back. And it crashed more times than I cared. That's what scares me. It's the fact that my PC, which is dedicated and more stronger than like my PS4, and can be compared to a PS5 nearly, crashed. 2 systems with the same problems. That is scary. And they're not one-offs. It's not like the floating cars was a one-off or T-posing or texture problems or the character models. It wasn't one-off. It was consistent on 2 consoles. And it's nothing to do with the Wi-Fi. It's nothing to do where I live. That's 2 things. And I do love the Vice City with nostalgia because I played that. It was great. I pretty much completed it time and time again. I've played ports of it. I've played it on, I was about to say I played it on my phone. No, I haven't. I played it on Steam when it was on. I played it on the PlayStation Network. I played it on PlayStation 3. I have got PS2 lurking around, which I do pull out time and time again, play some nostalgia games like Kingdom Hearts, blah blah blah. But what did they do? Seriously, like remastered? No. Facelift? Yes. Polish a turd is still a turd. That's what I'm saying. And I stress this, I do not want to hate this game. I do not want to tell people, do not buy this. I do not want to tell people, do not buy this at full price. But buying this week 1, week 2, week 3, and thinking this is acceptable. Now, one of my mates has got it for a Switch, and he says the blurring is insane. And when I'm talking about blurring, like they're crystal clear. Footage I've seen is crystal clear, but when you go into the Switch port of it, it doesn't really run at 60 or 80 FPS. And by the way, can run at full, like, run 80 FPS, Far Cry, like, enemies galore, Crysis enemies galore, 80 FPS and all that. This game struggled to do that on my PC. That's scary. And then on the Switch, it struggles even to do 60. I know it was a small group. I know the development was rushed. It had to be rushed. For a small group kind of going, oh, we're throwing it through an algorithm. The algorithm's going to get up and all that. You guys have rushed that. You've done it because time constraint. The Rockstar hasn't put out a game in so many years and all that, other than DLC for the same game that's been out for... How long's GTA 5 been out for now? For 10, 11 years? I don't know. It's got to be somewhere high. That's all I know. In reality, it's probably... it came out on Xbox 360, so 7 years? I don't know. For these games to be rushed out, not only for the festive period of going into Christmas as a great Christmas present, blah blah blah. Hopefully by Christmas time they put out patches which fix it. But when Rockstar was taking down communities which were modding better versions of this game on the original like software and all that, the community did something better than a small team who's officially hired. I know, it speaks volumes. It really does for me. Especially how, like I said, I paid full price twice for this game. And I'm not happy about that. I do not want to jump on a bandwagon, but I feel I have to. Because if I don't, the last thing I want to hear is more of my mates picked up this game. And they're like, oh, you didn't tell me about this. Or, oh, like, I'm found people T-posing down the street. Or the texture literally popped out and it fell through the world. By the way, happened once. That was weird. I fell through the world once. I didn't want to try going that route again, so hey, tell me if you've fallen through the world more than once. It's character models as well still do the hands thing. That's weird. Like, characters still, hey, how you doing? And their animations aren't quite there. And I know it's not polishing up like the game's animations and all that, but if you put in a weapon wheel, put in like I don't understand why you've got to come to a dead stop now and open up a door when you could run up and still open up the door and chuck them out in the original games. I don't understand why getting out the car in cutscenes looks so choppy as it does now. Like, originally, yeah, I could say hardware of the PS2 and all that. Yeah, of course, animations are gonna be great, but we're working on 2 generations, maybe 3 if you're gonna push it for the PS5. 3 generations later, and you guys can't just animate a couple of extra frames of them getting in the car or getting out of the car. You should have baked it longer. That's the hashtag needed more time, or hashtag not ready. Don't get me wrong, I love the Rockstar for the GTA series, I really do. But delisting the originals and only giving us this remaster, which is performingly bad. It baffled my mind why you guys would do that, and how this got past quality control. Seriously, take a look at your competitors back then and ask, do you actually even meet their bar with this now? Because yeah, Driver 3 lol, is the biggest driver scandal and all that. Okay, not broken to that level, but it feels like 3 games worth of glitches and problems, and twice behind for me. It's the equivalent in my eyes. So take this with a huge pinch of salt. Maybe you'll have different, maybe your experience will be different, I don't know. But I'm seeing this kind of consistent across the board right now. Try before you buy, watch some stuff, watch other channels to sort of get your consensus. This is my opinion. 2 consoles, not worth it right now. Wait till patches and see what happens down the line. That is it. I'm not going to tug on your ear any longer. Thank you very much for watching, people, and I'm sorry this is one of these rant videos, but how did you fuck this up, Rockstar? Seriously, honestly, you've got billions to your name. I mean, after all, you know,